Hi, friends. I'm Tiffany.
And I'm Avery.
And welcome back to
Agape
Science and Baking. I'm super excited because today we get to talk about thermal expansion. Are you ready, Avery?
Yes, but one thing.
Yeah.
What is a thermal expansion?
So thermal means heat and expansion means to grow.
Like when we water a plant and then we put in a seed and then we water it and then you have to give it plenty of time and then it grows to a beautiful flower.
You know, kind of, because plants do need sunlight and heat to grow. So it's kind of like that. But we're going to be talking about it.
But it needs both.
But we're going to talk about it in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And with cooking. And then we'll do like a fun science experiment.
Ooh.
So today we're going to answer a question that you asked when we first started doing our YouTube channel, which is, why do cakes rise? Do you remember your answer?
Uh-huh.
Okay, what was your answers on how cakes rise?
You need some crumbs and then you add a little water bit and then you have to cook it in the oven and then you have to give it a lot of time and then it'll get it all squeezed up and then when you get it out you can just frost it on and then cherry on top.
That's pretty much exactly what you said in the beginning. So friends, you're going to have to stick around to find out whether or not Avery is right.
And I can't wait to taste it.
Really? To test out Avery's theory, today we're going to be making a lemon pound cake.
I love lemon pound cake.
I know that you like lemon. That's why we're going to make it today. And we're going to be using some familiar ingredients like baking powder, which is a leavening agent.
What's a leavening agent?
It's something that you add into your baked goods that help them grow in size.
Okay.
So we're going to use that. And then there are a couple of other things that will actually help our cake rise. So we're going to use some other methods too. Like, remember when we made our meringues?
Yeah, and after that we make the cake all squeezed up, are we going to add frostings and the cherry on top?
Well, we're going to use an icing, not so much a frosting for our pound cake.
No, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Icing, and then we put a little bit in the middle, like one drop.
Cherry?
Yeah, and then one drop of the pink one, and then we do...
It's a very tall cake you got going on.
And then we put the cherry on top.
Okay. Well, I don't have any cherries. I'm going to get you some cherries one day, okay? To put on top. Maybe, I don't know what we'll make. We'll make something that requires cherries. Back to our pound cake.
Yep.
So we're going to use 3 other methods that will help our cake rise. And our goal is to get it to rise strictly with our thermal expansion. So we're going to do a lot of different things that once our cake gets into the oven and starts to cook, it will naturally rise all on its own without needing other things like yeast, which would create more of a gas and cause it to rise. So we're going to use the meringue method, where we beat our ingredients to incorporate a lot of extra air in. We're going to set out our ingredients so that they can get room temperature, which will help them as well get a little extra air. And the last thing is something we have never done before.
The icing.
We're going to sieve our flour.
Whoa.
You know what that is? It is where we have, either we can use a sieve that has like a little wheel on it that'll help our flour, or we can do a little sieve where we just tap it and then it makes the flour really fine and helps to separate it.
Nah, let's do the first thing.
Where you get to do it like this?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a little much faster.
You think that's going to be faster? You just want to do this part?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Okay. So Avery, really quick, Can you think of anything else that requires the use of hot air that maybe we could do as a science experiment?
Sure.
What?
Like a hot air balloon.
Yes. High five. How did you know that?
It's because I saw a video that you were watching of a hot air balloon.
Hot air balloons are a lot of fun. They actually use heat to rise, just like our cake's gonna do.
Yeah.
So I've got some really, really good news.
Ooh, what is it?
We have everything we need in the lab to make our very own hot air balloon.
Hold on. What about our brains at work question?
Oh, I'm so happy that you brought that up. So for today's brains at work question, I want to know, what year did the first manned hot air balloon take flight? And what was it carrying?
It was carrying people.
You think it was carrying people?
Yeah, and it was. Wait, what was the first thing you did?
When? Like, if you can tell me the year. So right now the year is 2025.
Yeah, it was that number in 2025.
That would be this year.
2075, 16th. 2075, 16th.
Yeah, but that day hasn't even arrived yet.
I know, but that day, on a long, long time ago, there was a hot air balloon at there, and then they were carrying people. They used a hot a branch fire, and then they were just doing is lighting it up, and then they just cut the rope, and then they just fly off.
Ah, okay. So you think
until an eagle's beak poked it, and then by an accident, they flew anywhere they wanted, but without even stopping.
Okay, so you think that the very first hot air balloon ride took place in 2075.
16th.
The 16th of, do you have a month?
Yeah.
Okay, what month?
What month is when it was on the 2nd of the year of the month of the, when it was December, my first.
So December 16th, 2075.
Yeah.
Okay, so December 16th, 2075, the first manned hot air balloon had people in it. That's your answer?
Yes.
All right, let's see.
And then an eagle has poked it.
And then an eagle poked the balloon, and that's what caused it to come down. Yeah?
And then when it ran out of air, it fell down.
Okay.
And then all the people had landed safely back where they started.
Okay. Friends, what about you guys at home? What is your answer for the year the first manned hot air balloon took flight, and what was it carrying? While you guys think about that, I say that we go ahead and we get started
at the lab.
Well, first we have to take out all of the ingredients for our pound cake so that they can get room temperature. And that usually takes about an hour to do. So in that time, we can go out to the lab and we can get started making our very own hot air balloon.
Oh, let's do it.
All right, friends, let's get all of our ingredients out and then let's get to the lab.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's get all of our ingredients out and then let's get to the lab.
Yeah, let's do it.
For today's experiment, you're going to need some construction paper, scissors, some fishing line, twine. We use elastic.
Glue.
You'll need a glue stick, a ruler, a pencil or a pen, 6 sheets of tissue paper, and some sort of heating element like a hairdryer. Okay, friends, so we are in the lab and we're ready to start the construction of our hot air balloon.
I love hot air balloons.
Me too. They're a lot of fun.
But we never made them before. Right?
I know. The first thing that we're going to need is to break out our glue stick and our 6 sheets of tissue paper. So let's lay these out. Now what we're gonna wanna do here is we're gonna wanna take the long sides of our tissue paper and we wanna glue them together. So we've got 6 different sheets. Avery loves rainbow, so each sheet is a different color. If you wanna make it all one color, you can do that. If you wanna make like patterns.
Or do you want to make like 3?
Yeah, you can do 3 different colors. So I'm gonna show you what I need you to do,
Or
Avery.
you could do my favorite of all, the primary colors.
The primary colors.
Or one of the tints, pink.
So I'm gonna show you what I need you to do, okay?
Yeah.
And then we'll work together to get our hot air balloon set up. So friends, we're gonna do 2 sheets together. So when we're done, we'll have 3 large sheets of paper. Okay, friends, so we're back. And it's been a couple of days since we started this project. The weather got a little bad on us.
Yeah, it was kind of raining for most days.
It was.
By the way, it's time to fly.
It is time to fly, but we just want to make sure our friends know you have to make sure that you check your weather. If it's rainy outside, since we're using tissue paper, it could dissolve your balloon. If it's too windy outside, it could blow your balloon away.
Yeah, it has to be hotter in the inside instead of the outside.
That's
the
right.
The outside is a little less hotter.
Yeah, it should be cooler.
But the inside has to be really hot a little.
Otherwise, your balloon won't rise. So if it's a hot day, your balloon may not fly. So you want to try a nice cool day that's not too windy.
But you may get to have some ice cream on a hot day.
You might get to, you're right. That's the best part about a hot day. You might get to have ice cream.
Yeah, or a popsicle.
Or a popsicle. So we've got a handy dandy hair dryer. Now you can use, if you've got an automated popcorn machine with a little blower, you can take the top off and use that as a heating source. This is what we had.
But make sure that the popcorn doesn't get all over you.
Yes.
But guess what? I love popcorn.
You love popcorn? So this is what we're going to do. I want you to hold this like this. Look, look, look. Uh-oh. Ready? So which one are you holding? The balloon or that?
This.
You want to hold that?
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to turn this on.
This?
We're going to turn it on and we're going to see if our hot air balloon will rise.
How does it?
Right here. You see where the fan is? All the way on. Look, look.
Can I do the sparkle?
Whoa.
Can I do the sparkle?
No.
What happened? Ah, it's so hot.
It's hot?
Yeah. Mom, feel it.
I can feel it. Ready? 1, 2,
3.
Hey, Avery. Guess what?
What?
We have success. Our hot air balloon flew.
Huh. Are we going to fly it outside?
Well, we've got to find a portable heat source if we want to fly it outside. I think it was pretty great in the lab. We do have some string just in case we find a portable heat source. We can punch little holes in, and this will keep it from flying away. Hey, Avery.
Yes,
So let's get this all cleaned up, put our hot air balloon away, and get inside.
Let's do it.
Yeah. See you in the kitchen.
See ya.
We've got in this bowl our flour, our xanthan gum, and our baking soda. We're going to go ahead and get started on one of our first steps to make sure that we have a nice, fluffy, well-risen cake. That is, we're going to cream together our room temperature ingredients. So we're going to start with our
butter,
cream cheese.
Oh.
Can you finish opening that for me? Okay, Avery, now we're going to sift our flour. So we're done with our first step for creating a light, fluffy cake. You can't taste it. It has raw egg in it, which is creaming all of our ingredients together. Now we're going to sieve our flour mixture into our batter to help it even more. So while our pound cake cools, Avery, now it's time to make our our icing, or you might want to call it like a glaze, because it'll be very transparent. We're gonna put it on top. What we need for that is one of the lemons that we zested. Can you hand me the powdered sugar?
You need our powdered sugar.
Powdered sugar, and we're gonna use a little vanilla almond milk.
Vanilla almond milk is right here.
Thank you. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to take 1 cup of our powdered sugar, and we're going to do about 2 tablespoons of lemon juice and just 1 little tablespoon of our vanilla almond milk. Okay? Mm-hmm. Friends, our pound cake has cooled, and we've already added our lemon glaze on top.
Ooh. Presenting you my famous pound cake.
Ooh. Smells good.
It smells right here with syrup.
Some of our glaze kind of ran over, but that's okay. So, Avery, are you ready to test?
Yes. But Mom, what about our brains at work question?
Oh, that's right. Do you remember what the question was?
No. Did you?
I do. Friends, our brains at work question is, what is the year that the first manned hot air balloon took flight, and what were its passengers? What was it carrying? You said that you think that it happened on the 12th of December, 2075, right?
2076.
2076, and it was carrying people, and it was attacked by an eagle, which caused it to lose altitude and land safely.
On where they started back again.
Right where they started. Is that your answer?
Yeah.
All right. Friends, what was your answer?
They said the same as mine.
They said the same thing as yours?
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, that's not right. The first manned hot air balloon was September the 12th, 1783. That was like 200 years before Mommy was born. It was a long time ago. And it had 3 passengers, but they weren't people. Do you want to guess what the 3 passengers were?
Yeah.
Okay, go. Where were they?
Mom?
No.
Tell me.
Okay. So there was a sheep.
That's not even a passenger. That was an animal.
But it was living. There was a rooster.
And a dog.
A duck. So a sheep, a rooster, and a duck were the first passengers on a hot air balloon. And they did land safely, but just not in the exact same spots that they took off. They were off a few.
Wait, did they get attacked by an eagle?
They did not get attacked by an eagle. The eagle was probably really scared because he had never seen a sheep, a duck, and a rooster that high before.
I think that he ate them.
You think he ate them? Nah, they made it safely. Okay, so we answered our brains at work question. Now here is the best part. We get to taste our pound cake. You gonna share this slice with me?
Yes.
Okay.
And then after that, we can take a little more.
And then we can take a little more, you say?
Wow.
Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna cut it in half.
Here, I'll have this one.
I'm gonna take that one. It's very moist.
Mmm.
Mmm. So did it rise?
Mm-hmm.
It did rise. Is it delicious?
Mm-hmm.
It is delicious. On a scale of 1 up to 100, what are you gonna give it?
100. Actually, it's going to be 100,000.
100,000?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I love it. Well, friends,
Which one are you?
I'm at 100 too. 100,000? Yeah, that's the right answer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, friends, thanks for joining us. We hope to see you again next week. And as always, don't forget to
Like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Bye.
And that is yummy. God loves you too. And God always will love you.